Okay. Hey guys. Today is November 21st, 2019. Ohayo gozaimasu. Kyou wa 11月21日です. Okay, so happy 25th to the Sega Saturn, and happy 15th to the Nintendo DS. Now, initially, this stream was supposed to be only for Sega Saturn, but since someone on Twitter informed me about Nintendo DS being 15 years old today, I decided to double down my stream. Now, as you may know, the Sega Saturn was not a huge success in the US because of the early launch, and developers weren't taking advantage of the hardware. So, although the Saturn had some great games over in Japan, like Sakura Wars and all that, the difference between Sega of America and Sega of Japan is how they wanted to market their systems. And because Sega did not license any of their Sega sports games really well, everybody just went to the PlayStation or Nintendo 64 in the West. Meanwhile, in Japan, the PlayStation and Saturn were really popular. Even the Nintendo 64 failed in Japan. So basically, if you didn't watch High Score Girl, it's an anime I highly recommend on Netflix. But if you watch that anime, Haruo gets a Sega Saturn and Hidaka gets a PlayStation. Now, I also have a PlayStation anniversary stream scheduled for December 3rd, Japan time, or December 2nd, Eastern time. So, right. Concerning my last stream, I was wrong. I have to admit that I was wrong about Pokemon Sword and Shield. It is not only the fastest selling Nintendo Switch game, but it also defied my expectations. So, I might try it out someday. And also, last week, or more specifically last Friday, the PS4's 6th anniversary was on that day, which meant that I was right when it came to the PS4 having a 3-month head start in Japan. Seriously. So, of course I don't have a real Sega Saturn, so instead I'll be using RetroArch, which undoubtedly may be better than a real Sega Saturn. Okay, so to start things off, we want to play a classic. We're going to be playing Virtua Fighter 2. Hold on. Yeah, if you're wondering where to watch High Score Girl and you're outside Japan, you could watch it on Netflix. However, Season 2 will not be available until at least March or April, because Netflix has to dub the anime in several different languages. Anyways, one cool thing about RetroArch is that you can add shaders. So I'm just gonna load a shader preset, and I'll choose NTSC one now. Because the emulation on this game is not as good as I hoped. So we have to apply changes, and then we have to save the overrides. Now, a really important thing about Sega Saturn emulation is you have to get used to like the 4-button configuration and the 6-button configuration, which means the controls on the Saturn do not match those of the Xbox One controller or something. So it'll be tricky playing some fighting games. A is A, X is X, now B is B, and Y is Y. However, buttons Z, or if you're outside the US, Z and C are the left bumpers and right bumpers. It'll get really tricky. And you also have the left bumpers. Now, the left trigger and right triggers will be used for the L and R buttons on the Saturn. So, without further ado, let's start. Okay, so I'm going to play arcade mode. Now you have a bunch of characters, such as Akira and Lau, but I'm going to choose Lau because he looks like Numata Sensei from High Score Girl. Also, I did play this game while I was in Japan at the Mikado Arcade. I mean, the first level is kind of easy, because you just fight one of yourself. If you choose WoW. Now, I played it at an arcade called Mikado, which was featured on a YouTube channel about Japan. But even though they really recommended the place, I do have one reservation about the place. There's a lot of tobacco smoke. So if you have asthma, then it's not a really good idea to go there. Because there's a lot of tobacco smoke. So I gave the place 4 stars on Google Maps instead of what I wanted, which is 5 stars. Now, wow, Sarah's just beating the crap out of me. There we go. Yeah, it can boost health very easily in this game.
Fight! 1. Ready, go!
I really suck at these fighting games, honestly. Come on. Well, I still won. Does this count?
Fight! 2. Ready, go!
Hold on.
Fight! 1. Ready, go!
Oh, so now you're fighting Pi, which is also the name of the FCC chairman who is responsible for repealing net neutrality. Or as UK calls it, free national broadband.
Fight! 2. Ready!
So I'm guessing. I mean, this character is hard to beat because, again, like with my Dreamcast stream, I will be using continues.
Fight! 1. Ready! Go!
Oh damn, she's fast.
Fight! 2. Ready! Go!
This game runs at 60 frames per second. Yeah, this is like an arcade. Oh wow, I got KO'd pretty quickly.
Fight!
I'm not sure if I can make it through this stage. Wow, that was close.
Fight! 2. Ready! Go!
So she's really good at low attacks. That's one of her character's weaknesses. I guess WoW is such. Oh, come on.
Fight! 3.
This is our make or break. Come on, she's too. I died quite. Alright.
1.
I'm not sure why they're giving me a third continue. Come on, she's. Maybe I could use her in the next.
Ready! Go!
Alright. Yeah. That was humiliating, honestly. So, I'm guessing a fast character will work if only. Oh wait, we do have her unlocked.
Fight! 1. Ready! Go! Bring it up!
Oh come on! I fell out during first.
Ready! Go!
That was so unfortunate. You gotta watch your footing, cause if you don't watch your footing, you can just get instant loss. Oh wow. Oh what? Come on. Wow just jumped on her. Okay. Now we have to wait for the next stage.
Fight! 1. Ready! Go!
I think this game is best with an arcade stick. Oh, come on. This game is actually really hard.
Fight! 3. Ready! Go!
Oh, that was a close one.
あなたには空風が足らないわ。
Fight! 1. Ready! Go!
So, in order to cover as many games as possible, I will be just playing versus mode here.
Fight! 2, ready, go!
Those scan ones are kind of annoying. Trust me.
KO! Fight! 1, ready, go!
I had problems with her, and now I'm playing as her, which is pretty funny. And come on, she's literally the fastest character.
Fight! 2, ready, go!
Come on, I got rained down.
Fight! 1, ready, go!
Oh, I won that one.
Fight! 2, ready, go! KO!
Hold on. So, basically, I'm using the wrong control type. You should be using an arcade pad, but I'm using a control pad. I'm guessing it's called the mission stick or something. What was the arcade stick on the Sega Saturn called again? Let me look it up. It is called the Virtua stick. Not sure if it's an option here because that's Virtua Gun for Virtua Cop. That's Arcade Racer. I'll just use the mission stick. And I'll just turn off the analog to digital type and see how well I play. This won't be permanent though, so.
Fight! 3, ready, go!
No, it's you can only use the D-pad. So basically all the 5 D-pads are... Alright, that of course didn't work.
Fight! 1, ready, go!
Now that is pretty hard.
Ready, go!
I mean, after this I might play another game. And you'll be surprised to learn that game even exists on the Saturn. Okay. That was kind of devastating. Go to options and hit back up. No, there's nothing I can save here. So, the next game we're going to cover here is Symphony of the Night. Now, this game has an improved port in Japan only, which you could play as one character that you couldn't play on the PlayStation version. Now this version is less sought after than the PS1 English version. I mean, I was lucky to get the PS1 English version, but that cost me like $70. If you want a really complete one, it'll go for even more. Now, Sony really fucked up back last year when they released the PlayStation Classic. They did not even release a Symphony of the Night for the PlayStation Classic. It would have been a great opportunity since this game is very rare. I mean, look at Nintendo. Earthbound is such a hard-to-get game, but Nintendo added it in their SNES Classic. But Sony? They didn't add it. Instead, they released a subpar version of the game on the PS4. And around that same time, they were also going through the whole crossplay and censorship debacles. The crossplay debacle is still going on, although to a lesser extent, but the censorship scandal, it is just the UN's plot and the Democrats' plot to silence everyone. Now, YouTube passed some new rules, which were sponsored by the New York State Attorney General. She is a Democrat. So, for that reason, Democrats are just silencing you left and right. So, yeah. Anyways, we'll start Symphony of the Night. But we probably will not need filtering in this game. Okay, so yeah. This was developed in Nagoya, Japan, which is about an hour from Osaka and 2 hours from Tokyo. You could say it's the midway point on the Tokaido Shinkansen. So you do have a sound test, which is not present in the PlayStation version. So start the game. So we'll just use the brown, and we will be using the name Alucard. So we're going to play as Alucard. Although Maria is also an option here. So I'll turn off the mic now. Hold on. Okay, so there is a setting that I have to change so I could play this in the background. So it should be user interface. Oh, there we go. Now, unfortunately, there will not be the classic English voice lines in this version, because this was only released in Japan. Hold on. You can play as all the characters from the start in this game. He's unfit for this world.
自らの力で蘇るのではない。欲深な人間どもによって蘇るのだ。力が唯一の正義なのだからな。
He'll bring humans to justice or something.
人々は同じ信念のもとで求め合い、
Same fate?
そして歩んでいく。
No, that wasn't the same.
現に人間どもは欲望によって発展し、信仰によって統率されてきたではないか。人間は力だけでは統率できない。敬い、慈しむ心があるからこそ統率ができるのだ。くだらん。
What is a man? What a pirate secrets? Oh wait, I have to fight now. Now, this fight's kind of hard because come on, it attacked it. Come on. He just... I barely got some health. I barely took his health, but... This part's kind of hard. I'll just have to. The mix of 2D and 3D graphics is so awesome. Like, this part is easier. Let's see, I have to.
幾多の死闘の末、闇の神官シャフトの手によって復活したドラキュラ伯爵はリヒター・ベルモンドにより倒された。しかしそれから4年後の満月の夜、彼は謎の失踪を遂げた。行方を追って当てのない旅に出たマリア・ラーネットであるが、道中行く先を示唆するかのようにある事件が発生した。伝説では100年に一度しかよみがえるはずのないドラキュラ城が忽然と姿を現したのだ。時を同じくして一人の男にも異変が起きていた。彼の名はアルカール。かつてラルフ・シー・ベルモンドと共に父であるドラキュラを滅ぼした男だ。彼は自分の呪われた血を断つために自らその能力を封印し、覚めることのない眠りについたはずだった。だがその眠りは妨げられ、汚れしふるさとが復活したことを知った。そして今さまざまな思いを抱き、宿命の魂がドラキュラ城に集う。闇に浮かぶ月だけが真実を知るのか。
Okay, here comes the awesome part. So we just have to wait a little bit. Wow. I love the mix of 2D and 3D graphics. So you start out as being very powerful, but you have to be careful because there's stuff that can shock. Oh, and they did use a dollar sign even in this version for some reason. This game is actually a action RPG, similar to so this started a Metroidvania type of games, because it's like Metroid, but this is the first entry in the series. Now I can already tell this game is harder than the English PlayStation versions. Now this game did come out in '97, which is the same year as the Hong Kong handover to China. And I must say again, free Hong Kong. And a message to President Trump: please pass the Hong Kong Human Rights and Democracy Act. They're counting on you. Wow, I leveled up pretty quickly. What also happened in '97 was Bill Clinton got re-elected, and also Princess Diana died. Steve Jobs returned to Apple, and a bunch of stuff. Also, this game came out, and the Pokemon anime was broadcast for the first time. All right.
これはアルカード様。
Hey, Arcon. Why are you here?
知れたことだ。そこを引いてもらおう。未だ人間の味方をなさるか。我らの元に戻れとは申しませぬ。せめて手を引いていただきたい。それはできぬ相談だ。仕方ありませんが、この場は一旦退きましょう。今一度よくお考えくだされ。
It says Kudasai, but the word says Kudosaya or something. Alright. We just need to get to the first save point. So you lose everything, unfortunately. So be careful of this guy. punch them. So what you have to do in this game is you have to equip people. You have to equip Alucard with weapons and all that. But I accidentally hit the wrong button, so... And the load times are kind of crappy too, so... Let's put a short sword on his right hand. I'm not sure which is left and which is right. These kanji are really confusing. Yeah, that's his right hand. Most people are usually stronger in their right hand. The sword... So the only way you can save is in these rooms. Okay, so we already saved the game. Now, we've been streaming for about 40 minutes already. So there's another Saturn game that really made an impact on me. Yes, there's Panzer Dragoon and stuff, which I would like to try out. Now, if you watched last week's episode of High Score Girl, then you would see that Haru attempted to start playing it, but because of a particular incident, someone turned up the volume on his TV, and he got besieged and all that stuff. Alright, let's play Panzer Dragoon 2. And we'll run it. Now, this is a 3D game, so... Let's go back here. Okay, so... Now, this game is called Panzer Dragoon 2, but it's also known as Panzer Dragoon Zwei because Zwei is 2 in German. Now, we'll just have to change the shaders because this game is using a 3D shader. So we'll just use C for graph. No, I think GLSL will be better performing. C4G is really obsolete. And speaking of C4G, C for graphics, it was used in Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2. So therefore, the PC ports were really difficult. However, shout out to Durante, he did a good job on the port. Now, you might be asking, what about part 9 of chapter 4? Wait now, I'm just winding down for the year, so it might come sometime between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And then chapter 5 will start next year. So, I'm guessing NTSC would be the best choice. So just use 320p as video, apply, and let's save to game overrides. Okay, so
Laxenia curial profebo, Mester fromos fegos. Tistanar, da, pascal fegos.
Bukan, Laxenia genem.
Iotier anus.
Laxenia gene, geskel de tzadiker, dan, ducati logi. After the dubaras, de zen, merks. Kai rotanap, pascal bo. De on tu lagma ducati. Da de geskelte. No enfas eva.
Deanes mecania.
Dena,
Oni Valadinor naus.
Dena,
Naus.
Diabo. Logia. Tistana, da, pascal fegos.
wow, that intro was so emotional. Anyways, we're now in the real game, so this is basically a shoot 'em up, but I heard the first game was more difficult than the second game. But this game is still difficult. Even on my LG Grand, this game is hard. So do I get used to down this up and up this down? Hold on. What's happening? Now I have to run away from that place. Hurry up, because so I changed the game. Hey, we're sort of flying right now. No, never mind. There should be another cutscene.
レイヤー、ルフィさん。エウティウス、エナケイロエ、リュキアナ。リュキアナスメトイユ、フォルムインペリア。ケスケルでダルカン。トゥン、エナミトスのみたいとは。
How are we already in episode 2? Okay, so now we're heading we're chasing the ship. That is, but okay, hold on. So, this will probably be the last Saturn game I'll cover on this stream. Oh wow, we're flying now. Yay. This is the fun part. Now there is a remake that's scheduled to come out for the Nintendo Switch, but the date is to be announced, unfortunately. I mean, the Saturn library is very expensive, so that's why I decided to use RetroArch instead of just trying to get all the games by myself. That's my first hit. Hold on. So we're supposed to like get rid of these. So the blue one is health. Oh wow. Look at this. Boom! Except the dragon's health is like really low. Where should I strike now? Oh, they're still striking particles. Oh, hey. Oh wait, we took down the tower, so now what do we do? Oh what? Oh wow, we're almost dead. Oh wait, we died. So just save it and yeah, that was. Alright, so now let's cover the next part of the stream, which is the Nintendo DS. Now, fortunately, I have a bunch of DS games I'd like to show you. We'll start with Pokemon Platinum. Hold on, let me turn down the volume. Now, I kind of have an inferiority complex when it comes to the DS and Wii era, because there's some great games in Japan that didn't make it here, but some did make it to Europe, and some did make it to the USA, but with watered down versions. So, actually this is what got the channel started. So I'm a week late with my anniversary celebration, so... Alright. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Now this part here, you have to touch the Pokeball. Now I'm just going to use my mouse because I heard 3DS capture cards are prohibitively expensive. And the only other person selling them, they went out of business this year suddenly. So now there's literally like a monopoly on 3DS capture cards. And it's like Microsoft and Internet Explorer where you just suffer under one maker and then everything's just too damn expensive. So we'll go with boy. So should I use my I'll just use my now. Let's use yes. His name's definitely Barry. Now this was the best generation of Pokemon. I mean, I'd like to try out Sword and Shield, but it's just not really worth it. Because the Sinnoh remakes may be coming next year. So this is a reference to the Batman series in the 60s. Which is same time, same channel. It's like same bat time and same bat channel. Hey Lucas, did you just see a TV? Sure you did. Professor Williams said really important guy who studies Pokemon, right? That means he must have lots and lots of Pokemon. So if we ask him, I bet he'd give us some Pokemon. Oh hey! Is this a new PC? Oh yeah, just so you know, at the time this game came out, there was a recession. And also, Windows Vista came out at the worst possible time. Which means that Windows Vista, when it came out, it was so buggy. Maybe even buggier than XP. And Windows 10 might be buggier than any other version. Now, and it also came at a time, it also required a lot of hardware upgrades, which means, and with the recession and all that stuff, it was not affordable. Now, to y'all people who are still using Windows 7, guess how much time you have left to upgrade to Windows 10? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have less than 8 weeks to upgrade. And this Black Friday is a good opportunity to upgrade. Buy a new PC, upgrade your own, or even set up a dual boot. Because on January 14th, Microsoft is pulling the plug on Windows 7 support. Hold on. Let's continue playing. Where was I? Oh, wait, we're gonna see Professor Ron and get some Pokemon. I'll be waiting outside. Okay, well, guess if you'll wait, I'm buying you 10 million Pokemon dollars. Or 10 million yen. It depends on where you are. Now, it kind of reminds me of Haruhi Suzumiya, which I will mention again later in the stream. So, we'll just check the computer. Just basically nothing. Really basic stuff. X button opens the menu. So we'll just go to the first battle. So then you'll get warned about not going into the grass. So then you have to go to Barry's house. Now, of course I'm playing this on an emulator. So there's like graphical glitches. Oh hey Lucas! Hey, I want to see Professor Roman. You should come too, and quickly. Oh jeez, forgot something. So I'm gonna go back in, and that's very small. I better take my bag and journal too. Whittling me. Oh hey Lucas! I'll be right on the road. It's a 10 million fine. You have to find if you're late. Okay, so I just really hope I don't get taken down by the by the Pokemon Company or Nintendo. So we go out in the grass. Too slow! Alright, let's get moving to Professor Rowan's lab. What? Don't go into the tall grass, right? No worries, no problem. It doesn't matter that we don't have any Pokemon. Trust me on this one. I've got an idea. Now listen, you know how wild Pokemon jump out when you go into tall grass? So what you do is scoot over to the next patch of grass before any wild Pokemon can appear. If we just keep dashing, we can get to Sanctuary Town without running into wild Pokemon. Okay, stick with me. Okay, here goes. On your marks, hold it! Oh, that's Professor Rowan. You two don't seem to have any Pokemon to train you. Then, what is the meaning of going into the tall grass? Hey, Lucas, this old guy? It's Professor Rowan, isn't it? What's he doing here? They tried to go into the tall grass because they wanted Pokemon. What to do? Sure he changed them. They were going to be Pokemon. Is it likely to put on their staff? You too. You truly love Pokemon, don't you? Yes. Me too, I love Pokemon too. I'll ask you once again. What? You can ask 100 times. The answer will never change. We'll both answer 100 times. We love Pokemon. Right, Lucas? A pair of reckless kids who foolishly tried to enter tall grass without Pokemon of their own. It kind of reminds me of Persona 5 with Ryuji and the protagonist. So, just do 2 with Pokemon. Yeah. Just promise me that you never recklessly endanger yourselves again. Well, I'm recklessly endangering myself by playing this game on an emulator. Now where? Professor Warren! You left your briefcase at the lake! Oh, is something wrong here? Ah, there it is. Dawn, nice work. What I was about to do was to entrust these two with their own Pokemon. Pardon? Those Pokemon are hard to replace. Are you sure about giving them away? We exist side by side with Pokemon. There comes a time when people should be Pokemon. There's a world that should be explored together. For them today's that time, the place right here. Go on, open the briefcase and choose a Pokemon. Really, Professor Rowan? Can't believe it. I'm so happy that I can't keep a straight face. Hey Lucas, you can choose first. Hey, I'm practically grown up. I have to show some class here. So... Again, this is like a Nintendo... These are Pokeballs! There's a Pokemon in each one! Which Pokemon? No... I'll have to choose Turtwig. Now this is not a permanent save. Then, I choose you! I choose picking this Chimchar! Very well, both of you have chosen a good Pokemon, it seems. Now listen well. The Pokemon you've been entrusted to are unfamiliar with the world. In that regard, they're much like you. I spell newcomers to the world. I hope you do well together. If you have any trouble, come see me at my lab in Sanjung Town. And now we'll be on our way. Professor, wait for me, please. I'm sorry. Please let me pass. Now, I did try to mimic Instructor Sarah's voice because in Trails of Cold Steel, Professor Sarah is voiced by Toyoguchi Megumi, who also voices Dawn in the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl anime. So, we're going down. And Lucas, we got both Pokemon now. There's only one thing we need to do. What? Are you up for this? Yeah. I've always wanted to say this. The time has finally come. Lucas, I challenge you to a Pokemon battle. Okay. What in the... That won't hurt you! Oh, he's gonna use... Your defense is gonna fall. Start using the... Aren't you attacking me, No, I could undo my defense stuff. No way, we can keep going. This is where we hit our stride. Oh shit. We got one more. Chimchar is faster, but when you're Dalberry later in the... I'm going to die. Yup, I was an unlucky one. 40. That was actually a... Yeah. I won! This is the first time I lost that battle. It's kind of humiliating, but that battle could have gone either way. It was that close. I can tell you one thing, battling is awesomely fun. Well, not until you deal with criminals. So, I probably won't say because it was a failure. Now, your mother's pissed at you. What's the matter, dear? Well, that's what happened to you? You're very lucky to have met Professor Brown. Imagine you didn't. I wouldn't like to think what the wild Pokemon might have done to you two. I think they might have. Go see Professor Brown and take him properly for your Pokemon. His lab is insane, Town, isn't it? Pokemon. Well, it was threatening because I lost. So I only had 2960 yen. Alright, so we know how to use this. Yup! This is what happens if you lose. Now that's enough Pokemon. So now we're going to be playing Mr. Drill or Drill Spirits. Now the North American version is the worst fucking version of the game. Shame on you, Namco. But it was also a launch title, so... Yeah. So this is not a really good game, so let's name... So we'll start in... What's this? Drill Laboratory. Or we could start in Japan. We'll just start in China, because my personal wish is to, like... Because I'm not buying Disney Plus. Because Bob Iger is a fucking communist. Don't know how I know he's a fucking communist. Back in August, Louis Fei said that she would support Hong Kong police, and she even went as far as saying that Hong Kong cops should kill Hong Kong protesters. And what did Bob Iger do? He didn't do jack shit. Okay? I only have 2 lives left, so... And I'm sorry for my profanity, but... Oh shit, I'm trapped. You got me trapped. Just think carefully. Then there was Mr. Drill Arcade for like the Xbox 360, and then after that, the series was basically over. We also had Mr. Drill for iPhone, but this game is A, no longer developed, and B, it will no longer run on an iPhone, because not all iPhones are 64-bit, while the old ones are 32-bit. Come on. Shit. I got asphyxiated. Now your air goes down, really quickly. Come on, I'm trapped again. It sounds like a Game Boy Advance trapped again. This game is pretty shitty, honestly. The nerd should review this. Hurry up. I ain't got time to be... This shit gives you anxiety. I get crushed one out there. Come on. Oh wait. Shit. So I missed. Hose. Oh wait, that's enough of this game. This game is terrible. Now, we also have Mario Kart DS, which is a classic.
Here we go!
I just love this game. But this does take a while to load. Yeah. So we're just going to do Grand Prix, 100cc. Use a B-Dasher. I remember this game. Mario Kart DS and Mario Kart Wii are pretty much the high points of the Mario Kart series. Donkey? Oh, I hit Yoshi. Come on. That she's going to be angry at me. Really, Donkey? You just have those fail strokes slipstream. Actually, I do have a surprise for you. This is actually considered, 4th place is actually considered losing in Mario Kart DS. Mario Kart Wii is actually considered winning because there are 12 players, so 6 is considered losing. However, with Mario Kart 7, come on, Luigi, get out of me. Wow, that was brutal. Now we have Yoshi Falls. You know what's really funny? Niagara Falls is now like a hub for crack. Especially since it sits on the border of the US and Canada. I mean, even on the street leading to the border, he said, I mean the Canadian side, he said no marijuana at border crossings. And there's even a highway in Niagara Falls called 420. Now, I'm 100% sure that there's supposed to be a weed event on Highway 420 in Niagara Falls, Ontario on 420. I'm 100% sure of it. Because everything matches. And also Buffalo is actually pretty close by too. Which means... Oh, I took the whole stack out on Luigi. Even on the 137 leading to the Thousand Islands Bridge, they say that too before you cross the bridge. Plus, when I went to Ottawa this August, I actually saw. Oh wow, that was so fortunate. Anyways. Probably using the V-Dasher wasn't a good idea. Now this course also appeared in Mario Kart Wii, 90 Mario Kart 8, and 8 Deluxe. But I really don't like Mario Kart Tour because it's basically a gambling game. You take Mario Kart and combine it with gambling. It does not mix, I tell you. And one friend even blocked me over that opinion. I mean, why are people like... I don't like the state of today's society. Oh, we got mushrooms. Come on. They're probably skilling up thanks to the bomb screen. This was the last time we used it. You should have used this type of bomb map in Mario Kart 8, but they didn't. How did that shell fly past? We're gonna lose him. Actually, in this game, up until Mario Kart 7, who drove in water, who slowed down. I'm basically in losing position right now. Other Mario Kart 7, Actually, Mario Kart Tour, there's... Come on. Get lost. Okay, so there's one more race I have to deal with. Now this is Luigi's Mansion. Now Luigi's Mansion 3 just came out, and a lot of people say it's one of the best games that came out this year. That was actually towards me. Damn it, Yoshi. It's time to do a second time. Actually, to beat Dasher works much better in Mario Kart 8 because starting Mario Kart 7, you could change your car parts. But here you have a pretty simple car. Okay. Come on. That's a really juicy part, but... I'll have a surprise for you after this race. I still got the top position. Okay, we got rank D. Oh wait, now here comes the surprise. Oh come on, I pressed the wrong button. So where is it? Oh wait, so this is Ermi Kart, which is basically a ROM hack of Mario Kart DS. So you have 8 playable characters, like Ermi, you have Fox, Lana, I'm not sure where she's from. You have Yoshi, or it's just basically Blue Yoshi. You have Haruhi Suzumiya. By the way, please watch that anime, it's a really good one. Bowser, Shrek, and Lanky. I'll choose Haruhi Suzumiya because I really like the anime. So we'll choose just the hierarchy, standard hierarchy. So we're gonna start with the Urgler City. Now I set the settings a little bit higher for this game because I like where you see everything really well. Controller scan. It says vote for SOS Brigade. A lot of Hardy's using media references in here. See Hardy on the sides. The troll face! Oh my god. Oh wow. The R-Wing? Why did the R-Wing have to hit me? Already using me off. Another R-Wing? Wow, this game is so unbalanced. Now I'll probably play all 4 races of this. How did I miss that? I was about to get hit. The apples are shells and the apples are bananas and or maybe it's coconut. Oh, come on, I already got hit. Triforce portals. Shrek is right behind me. Hold on. Yeah, I'm probably going to end the stream soon, so... Shrek Swamp. Don't really want to talk about Shrek. The funny part is it's considered an anime in Japan, so anything that's anime is considered anime in Japan, but here it's just Japanese style stuff, or anything in the Japanese style. Get lost. Oh, what? No, this song's gonna get copyright claimed. No, this video's gonna get copyright claimed by both Nintendo and DreamWorks. Oh, I'm doing really bad now. Oh, Shrek's doing so well. What? Are we the R-Wing? Come on. Come on. Okay, so we won. Congratulations! Alright, so that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.